Everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Right, this is a little bit of an Aussie special, this one, entertainment only. What I want to have a look at is, well, we're having a few falling off the twigs happening in Australia recently with very prominent people. Now, I don't expect anybody overseas to know who I'm talking about, but we had Graham Richardson, who was the pretty much the Mr. Fix-It mover and shaker of, I believe, the Labor Party back in the gosh, probably 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and however long it was. I believe he was they said 76, and then I did the math from his birth date, and I think he's about 80 or something along those lines. But Graham Richardson passed away. He was a giant amongst men, not necessarily above board in that era, but, highly respected. Okay, we then had falling off the twig a couple of days ago a guy called John Laws. Now, John Laws, again, highly respected broadcaster, the voice of velvet pretty much, talk about old smooth pipes, but again, very highly respected broadcaster and reporter, etc. So John Laws passed away. Again, giant amongst men, dynamo, and anyone over 30 in Australia, if you say John Laws, they know exactly who you're talking about. If you played the voice, they go, that voice. So feel free to Google him if you want. Okay, well, we know things come in threes. So who is going to be the third? Alan Jones? The Australian Alan Jones, not the US Alan Jones. However, they are both shock jock broadcasters who are getting themselves in a lot of pickle. Or Murdoch. And Murdoch was an Australian as well, and he's blooming talk about a walking corpse at the moment. So there's going to be another. Could it be John Howard? Yeah, I don't know that he's, John Howard was our longest serving Prime Minister, but I don't know that he would have the same impetus with his passing as others might. So I'm going to have a look at Alan Jones to start with to see whether it might be Alan Jones. Now, Alan Jones, the Australian Alan Jones, 84 years old. A propaganda, disinformation, fear-mongering shock jock for decades. Now, he's 84 years old. He has a court case against him at the moment, don't they all? Where apparently, allegedly, there's about 139 witnesses from the media press statement that I read. 139 witnesses have been named by the Crown. Now, the Crown is like, in the US, they have the Attorney General bringing a case. We have the Crown bringing a case because we still are a federation under a monarchy, top leadership type thing. Although the monarchy really doesn't have any say in what happens in the in Australia, and hasn't for a long time. So the Crown is bringing a case against Alan Jones of apparently 139 witnesses. They originally were going to bring, I believe, 11 or 13 cases of indecent aggravated assault. It has been, once the information was produced to the courts, and the debate about whether it will actually stick was gone through. They downgraded it to 9, 27 charges, 25 counts of indecent assault, brought by 9 males. So, yeah, this is bloke on bloke. That took place apparently between 2003 and 2020. And when it's indecent assault, it's things like, groped, just, that sort of level rather than the aggravated, which is sort of a forced assault. But I want to have a look. Is it, first of all, just quickly, what do we need? I don't even want to look at the case. He's as guilty as they come, allegedly, because he's got to go through the process. But, you don't get 9 now growing men and 139 witnesses coming forward if you're terribly innocent about it all. So I'm not going to look at the court case. I want to have a look to see, with the pressure of this, given his age, gosh, he looks unhealthy as anything, is it Alan Jones that's going to be the next one to demise? Let's have a look. Let's see. Let's have a look. Alan Jones. Actually, I'm going to do 3 cards for Alan Jones. I'm going to do 3 cards for Rupert. Oh, goodness me. And 3 cards for an unknown. Again, a quick video. Let's have a look. So I'm using the Smith-Waite Tarot. Okay, so I want 9 cards. Thank you, guides. I will do 3, then shuffle, and I will do 3. Okay, that was the Ace of Pentacles. They're agreeing with me, basically. So I want 3 cards for Alan Jones. Was it Alan Jones going to be the next demisal, the next twig falling, the next wrong side of the grass? Is it going to be Alan Jones? Would love it to be, but anyhow, let's come on down. Let's have a look. And you know what I really love is that this is all coming out. This is a sign of the times. 10, 20 years ago, these people were untouchable, the likes of Alan Jones. Untouchable. It's all coming out. Right, so we've got the 3 of Pentacles. We've got an offer that is being rejected. And we've got restriction. No, I don't think it is. I think he's going to jail. I think he's going to jail. Okay. Planning behind the scenes, an offer that gets rejected, and then legal restriction. I think he's going to jail for this, and it is a court case that I believe will run for another about 6 weeks or something. Okay, let's have a look. Is it Rupert Murdoch? You wanted that one? Okay. Is it Rupert Murdoch? Well, happy families and celebration. I bet we would be. Ooh, might be Rupert. Might be Rupert, and then the legacy is handed on. Okay. Might be Rupert. But let's have a look. Is the 3rd going to be an undisclosed? The likes of Howard or Abbott or some other well-known figure, Denise Drysdale. No, not feeling it, but you know what I mean. Some other unknown that really was a giant amongst their industry. Is it going to be somebody else? Right. Some secrets, a sword of truth, and a judgment card. Is it going to be? I think it's going to be Rupee here. I mean, I've got 2 majors here, but we've got the ending of the happy families, the tower moment, and then the legacy being passed on. But we've also got, this could be the higher feminine energy. I think this is just telling me I'm right, this last one, because it's the higher feminine intuition bringing the truth, and the judgment card, and there's that Ace of Pentacles that I had before that's telling me yes, and it is some sort of controlling kingmaker that's going bye with the 8 of Cups. I think it's going to be Rupert. There's going to be a female come out with an announcement to reveal it. Might be one of his daughters, Prudence or Elizabeth. Yeah. Okay, let's I think it might be Rupert that is on the way out. Tell me, am I right? Is the third? It always comes in threes. Is it Rupert? That. Tell me, Rupert Murdoch. Is it Rupert Murdoch who's going to be the third? I don't even want to say his name in relation to John Laws or Graham Richardson, but is it going to be Rupert? Yes, the star. The star. He doesn't want to go. Going to be something unexpected. The Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Chariot. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. He doesn't want to go. He's going to do everything in his power to stay, but I think it's yeah. The higher authorities, isolation. I mean, this could also be the Hierophant being the head of Murdoch Empire, finding himself isolated. And this can be, Denise Knight tells me this is symbolic for an ambulance. And when it happens, it's going to be quick. Then we've got Rupert and we've got gone. Rupert, gone. Okay. See how it goes. That was a little bit of a funnish, not fun, terrible topic. Interesting reading. Interesting reading. Okay, let's leave it there. Bit of a special interest, another shorty. Okay, I shall catch you later. Take care.